All right, are we ready to start?
Yes.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Can I have my screen sharing privileges back?
No.
All right, that's probably a good call. I was just going to do more dog fan art.
So, imagine if you can, a small room, square in shape. It is lit neither by window nor by lamp, yet it is filled with a soft radiance. There are no apertures for ventilation, yet the air is fresh. There are no speakers, and yet the room is throbbing with what is known as the hum. It is a quiet sound, but one that never ends. You look out your room, and you look at your window. You do have a window, which stares out in the dark network of thousands of other little rooms, such as this one that you are in, boxed in. All that illuminates that central complex is the simple pinpricks of light out of the distant windows in the darkness beyond, going miles up and miles down. This darkness is not caused by the sky, as there's been no discernment of what day or night is anymore. There hasn't been such a thing in years. As you stare at your little window, you blink, seeing the slightest glimpse of a flicker of one of those lights, possibly a person moving in front of their window such as you, but it's far too distant to tell. You could wish you could call out, yell out to them, but they could never hear you. You're lonely. You look around your room and it's decorated with a little. It is pure white in color, never darkening. You have a bed and a pillow white as well, which you hide your face in to mask the light for sleep. You have a desk in the center of the room with one object atop of it. The most important object in your life. It is a simple tablet called the Book of the Machine. The tablet turns on when you touch the screen and gives you little buttons to press whenever you wish. The buttons have simple words on them. Food for when you wish to eat, water for when you wish to drink, teach for when you wish to learn, and talk for when you wish to speak. But talk, however, while the most valuable concept is one that is sad. You only have one person that you can ever talk to, and, well, he's never been much fun. Not like the others outside could be. You can talk to the operator, which is a thin, pale man dressed in clean, nice clothing on the screen itself. Every time you talk to him, he says good morning, but then simply stays. From there,
Chris,
he'll just listen, changing.
Can you mute yourself real quick? I'm so sorry, Grant.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the last bit there.
Wait, one sec. Mo, are you done downstairs or something? Because, okay, I can't hear anything here. Yeah, but I can just go downstairs.
Sorry, Grant.
That's all right. How much of it didn't you hear?
I heard up until talk.
Okay.
Like every third word.
Every third word.
I get the.
Don't tell Chris anything extra. I'm confused. He's like, I have a tablet and light.
Yeah, I got that. I didn't get anything else.
We're going on an adventure with Chris right now.
Woo! Go, Chris!
Forgot all the dice upstairs.
Damn it, Chris. You can just come into the pit. I'll give you some. He's gone. So far, so good on the story, though, Grant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Part of it is taken from the Machine Stops, which is a science fiction book from 1909.
Wow.
Which
Cool.
is what a lot of this is based off of.
Sweet. How much science fiction are you reading from 1909?
More than you would think.
You gotta stop hanging out with Mark. All right. Chris?
Hello? Maybe he died.
That does seem likely.
Oh, that noise is Brad's fucking Pop Rocks.
What?
I hear your
Hear
Pop
your
Rocks.
Pop
Brad.
Rocks. Well, it's official. Chris is dead.
Yep.
Bye, Chris. I bet his computer crashed.
Seems like it.
Healing gun. The size of this gun, though.
Never
Jeez.
forget 9/11.
You got the link to work?
The Pinterest one.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, more Pop Rocks.
Bradley! Of all the candies. I love you guys.
I
Nothing
love
to
you,
do.
David.
Like the speaker's qualities, like the fact that it's able to pick up pop rocks in my mouth is pretty good.
Brad, you can't flip this into being a positive thing.
Yeah, I can.
What are you doing?
What?
Are you just licking the brim of the Pop Rocks? Did you forget we could see you, Brad? I miss Chris.
Yeah, he at least didn't have Pop Rocks.
Too bad he's dead.
Guess what flavor these pop rocks are?
Green.
Yeah, what flavor are they?
Green.
Green apple.
No.
Lime.
Watermelon.
That was my third guess.
second best
Watermelon. Whatever the blue ones are is the best. Or maybe the red ones? I don't know. It's been a while since I've had Pop Rocks.
It's not his Wi-Fi. I'm on the same Wi-Fi as him.
I know, but it's not. It's probably his computer. He just needs to reset his Wi-Fi, like, adapter.
Yeah. Caleb, do 2 push-ups.
Why?
Entertainer.
All right, there's the 2. Approximately 40% of the total amount I am capable of doing. Carlton, are you back?
Jesus wept.
What an epic re-entry.
All right, what character am I?
Okay, I'll
Can
continue.
we hear the tapestry of language that Grant was weaving?
I was weaving a tapestry, Chris.
Hey, I
Ruined
heard
my
every third
tapestry.
word of that tapestry.
Okay.
Hey, Grant, how about you mute us all? And then you're the only one unmuted.
Or we can mute ourselves.
But Grant can do it at one click of a button.
I know that Chris isn't screaming because I'm next to his room.
Bam. Done. Now you can only hear me.
Well, fine.
I can still hear Caleb, though.
That's right.
So we'll just do that again. And now he can't unmute himself. So basically the idea is that you're currently inside of a small, constrained white room. You can look out your window, and there's thousands of other rooms just like that as well. So there we go. That's better. You're set in a small white room. It's decorated with very little. It's a pure white in color. It doesn't darken. You have a bed and a pillow, also white, in which you can hide your face to mask the light for sleep, is because there's this constant light that never goes away. Your desk in the center of the room has a simple machine, or a simple tablet, basically called the book of the machine. The tablet turns on when you touch the screen, and it will give you a little button to press whenever you wish. The button has simple words on them: food when you wish to eat, water for when you wish to drink, teach for when you wish to learn, talk for when you wish to speak. So I'll allow David to have his video back, if he knows how to. I love privileges. But when you use talk, however, it is a very sad concept. You only have one to talk to, and he never was that much fun. Not like the others outside could possibly be, even though you've met none of them. You've never interacted with anybody else. This is the life that you know and the life that you have always known. You don't know how long you've been here, but the one person you can talk to is the operator. A thin, pale man dressed in clean, nice clothing on a large screen on the opposite side of your window. Every time he says good morning, but then simply stays. From there, he'll just listen, unchanging when you speak to him. When you say you are done, he'll ask you a question. Are you happy or are you sad? Two large buttons appear on the tablet when he asks that, and you are to press the button you feel. He then vanishes, and nothing ever changes when you answer. You are lonely. You don't know how long you've ever been here. It may have been days, it may have been decades. All you have is the operator and that low, constant hum. You live your life here. You don't know if there's anything else out there. Every time you ask the operator a question about the outside, he ignores you. Pushing it past your mind, you try to no longer think of it, with the fear and the doubt eventually becoming a distant memory. You live your life peacefully. You don't know how long it goes on. Everything becomes very blurry. Day to day starts to get very stifled, very controlled, as your mind is never clear. And then one day, that hum stops for you. The noise ends. Your mind is cleared. How long have you been here, and what exactly has happened to you? You are unsure about any of this so far, as you quickly look over to your tablet to get some sort of answer, to get some sort of question resolved. You don't know what happened, but you look down at the tablet screen, and you press talk. When you press talk this time, 3 other people appear on your screen. That is the 3 of the rest of you. So you're all unmuted.
So what were all the commands on the tablet?
Currently, all of the commands on the tablet are talk and food, water, and teach for when you want to learn something. What you learn, at least from your memories of these tablets, you aren't really too sure. You're not too sure how many times you've clicked it. Your memories of it are very stifled, but your latest one that you remember was you learned about oceans and what they are. You've never seen one yourself, but your best experience of it was through a small picture that it showed, and then a voice of the operator talking over, explaining what an ocean was.
And we don't remember any sort of life before any of this.
No, you don't.
Oceans don't exist. It's a government conspiracy theory.
What is a government? What is a conspiracy theory?
You know what a government is?
All right, let's play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
The water button.
All right. I want each one of you to roll a d20.
9.
2.
12.
8.
Okay. You remember, at least for each one of you, your childhood. Things were not always this way. You remember something called the flashes in your city. It's the great white that enveloped millions of people everywhere. There was so much death. You're not too sure what exactly it was or how long it went on, but you barely remember your family. You remember the panic, and you remember the evacuations. The wounded and the sick all taken away. The cities were in shambles. The air was polluted. What it was polluted from, you don't really know, but nobody could live out there anymore. I'd like you all to roll again.
Roll.
Again.
8.
7.
Brad, Chris, what'd you guys hit?
12.
7.
I'm only giving you information based off of how much your combined rolls are. So this might get trippy.
All right.
You remember the flashes, it wasn't just a physical pain for people. It was mental too. The air became poisoned and people became slow. It became too slow to do well. Too slow to actually survive. Something was in the air. Something affected people that wasn't just the burning. You're not too sure what it was. You're not too sure how it happened. Roll one more time for me.
17.
Natural 20.
Hey, I got a net 22.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Oh.
We own this world.
I'm busting out.
You remember
Impressed.
the promise. You remember the promise. Your family talked about it in the end when they were slowing down. You don't remember way too much of it, but you know that's why you're here. There's a new, better age that the government promised for those unaffected, the children, the babies, everyone that was unaffected by the slowness. That's why you live here now. You don't know how long exactly you've been living here. You're an adult now. It's been obviously at least a few years. But something about the promise, something about stasis, you're not too sure.
Are we in stasis right now?
What is the world like now? How long has it been? Is it still dust? Or is it like it was in the olden days? Thousands of questions are coming to your mind as it's no longer being stifled by what you can pretty clearly assume now was the hum. Whatever the hum was doing, whatever that constant low throbbing sound was in your entire life, it was something that blocked off some of your greater functions, and it's been clearly doing that for a very long time. Is just now you're able to start recalling more and more as you go along. You feel your strength returning to you as in the first time in ages, these other people on the screen, new faces that you've never seen before.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello?
Who are you guys?
I was gonna ask the same question.
You first.
Do I know my name?
You don't know anything about yourself.
I think my name's Brad. Do I know what names are actually?
You do know what names are. You're
Okay, yeah, I don't know what my name is, but this is the first time that I've needed to have a name in a while, so I'm gonna pick Brad.
You guys can call me Carlton.
Carlton? Okay.
All I know is I'm not Brad.
And what about you? What should we call you?
Call me Tony. There's
Yeah,
an name.
Tony.
Tony, that's a good name. Can I change mine, actually?
What's yours?
Chainsaw.
That's a cool name.
Thank you. Do I know what a
Not as-
chainsaw is?
You are familiar with a chainsaw, but you aren't too sure what it does. Let's say I want you to give me a D20 roll. Actually, the way we're going to start doing this is we're going to start I'm going to give you ability check rolls. It seems like the right place to do it. And
That's
it
a
seems
natural
David got a
20.
natural 20.
That's a natural 20,
And the way
baby.
that you guys are going to be doing this,
Everybody dab for David. Brad, I don't see you dabbing.
so the challenge DC for recalling what a chainsaw is was 25.
I don't have any modifiers, Grantlin.
No, you don't. Not yet. But you were successful. Of course, you
Yeah.
had a
All
natural
right.
20. Yeah, you know what a chainsaw is.
Cool. I have no idea what my name is, but I definitely know what a chainsaw is.
Yes,
So
you know
that's
what
what
it
I'm
is.
going to go with.
What's a chainsaw?
Can I roll a check
Yeah.
to see if I know my name?
Tell us what a chainsaw is.
I got a 15.
15. So DC for that was 20.
Find them.
You do know what your name is.
Oh. Wait,
So, your name is Darren. That is what you remember.
Darren.
Yo, we got some gnarly intelligence modifiers.
Or maybe I have proficiency in a skill?
Memory.
I don't know.
Okay, so
That was
Maybe I am
I'm counting that as a history check for you.
okay.
Okay.
So back into the role playing. So this might be a weird question if the answer is no, but do you guys live in like a weird room made out of light where there's like a weird ghost robot and a tablet that has a couple commands on it?
No.
Nope.
That's so weird. Me either, but I just wanted to check that you guys didn't live in a weird light box.
Wait, but if you don't live in that, that's a really weird specific thing to ask.
Yeah, like, where would you come up with that?
The teach button told me about it,
All
but
right,
I don't have a teach button, so
I'm messing with you. Yeah, that's where I live. I've lived there my entire life.
As far as I know, I've lived here forever.
There was something before this. But yes, this is where I live.
No, I don't think there was. I think this is it. I want to press the learning button.
Like there was
I'm gonna press the food button, please.
like
Okay.
these great flashes a while ago, but don't really know much beyond that.
So, you look, you press the learning button. This time you're learning about trees. And you're getting just as
Whoa, what are
description of
those?
the person standing right in front of you. A tree is a perennial plant with an elongated stem or trunk supporting branches and leaves in most species.
You're seriously just reading the definition of a tree off Google? That's amazing.
The definition of a tree may be narrow, including only woody plants that are very big, plants that are usable as lumber, or plants above a specific height. In wider definitions, the taller palms, trees, ferns, bananas, and bamboo are also trees. So forth.
Teacher, I have a question. Can we pause Dungeons and Dragons to talk about what Brad's drinking? Brad,
What are you doing?
what are you drinking, bud?
I want to roll to find out if I can figure out who I am.
Okay. David, there's also a, like the desk that the tablet is normally on, a small panel slides open and raises up, and a small tray is in front of you with a grayish substance on a singular plate that is attached to the table itself. It is this grayish slop that's kind of a very unappetizing color, very like bland odor. It kind of looks like refried beans, but a darker gray.
Ew.
Slop it down. I'm hungry. I just woke up.
It tastes fine. Not as bad as it looks, but definitely not great. Brad, give me a roll.
Is it good in comparison to everything else that we eat?
It is everything else you remember eating.
Oh, okay.
I'm rolling great. I got a 5.
5? No, you do not remember your name.
Can I remember?
Go for it.
It's a weird looking 7.
Nope.
So 1.
Yeah.
Can I roll to see if I know what Brad's name is?
There is no DC for that because you don't.
Okay.
Fine.
So now that the hum is not stifling our thoughts so much, can I sort of do a sweep of the room to see if there's anything that I notice now that I haven't noticed before?
You take a sweep of the room. I'd like you to give me a perception roll, and the DC is going to be 20.
So 14.
14. You are not able to tell of anything else that is around the room that you would be familiar with. It seems to be pretty clear.
Okay, then I'll go over back to the tablet and I'll go ahead and talk to them and say, like, so does anybody know what changed? Like, did anybody do anything to make this happen?
I pressed talk. Just
Yeah,
like
That's what I did.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
we all just pressed talk at the same time and then that made a glitch or something, or
Yeah, you know how if two people call at the same time, you can sometimes get exchanged numbers?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
It happened to me once years ago.
I live in a box. I don't.
I remember flashes.
Okay, well, I think I remember those too, actually. So are we are we in hell?
What's
I don't
hell?
know.
Tell.
All right, y'all. we can't just every time we mention a noun.
You want to bet?
That's a noun.
I don't know.
I mean, because if this is heaven, it sucks. Does
Is
anybody
there-
have any other ideas?
Wait,
There
didn't we
was-
say that we remembered that it was like this was the government's idea of a better life or something?
Yeah. I remember this like promise that the government had of like those that were like unaffected, having been part of this program for a better life, for a better future.
So are
If
we
this is a better life, life
unaffected
must
or
have
affected?
I don't know.
Interesting. Okay. What happens if we all press food at the same time?
All right, 1, 2,
Two.
3.
3. Food.
Everyone presses food at the same time.
Yeah.
And as you press it, the three, Brad and Caleb and Chris, food comes up for you. David, your food sinks back down, and then at a kind of delay, a new food comes up for you.
All right, on.
Nice.
Good attention to detail.
Hey, weird person that calls himself Chainsaw. Does this stuff taste good?
Okay, well, first of all, at least I gave myself a name. You just decided to not commit at all. So, but also, it is what food is, so I guess it's fine. And also, if I had to guess, it's probably the exact same food that you have, so...
Can we see each other or just hear each other?
You can see each other as well. All of you are on the same tablet screen.
I lift the fork up to it. Is it just like this?
Nah, mine's food, not a fork.
Like, you know what I mean. Lift up a bite of it on the fork.
Hey, Grant, can I roll to see if I can remember anything else?
Absolutely.
10.
Okay. DC is 15, and you are not successful, but what I will give you is that you remember at least you were living in Chicago, and
Drop town.
and you were with your parents, and your parents were constantly talking about the promise that was involved. They were really sad to see you go, but they let you go into this promise, saying goodbye to you once as these people in these full radiation suits took you away. And that's kind of where your memory ends.
So, guys, I'm remembering, like, flashes of, like, I think Chicago. And that's where I grew up or something like that. And then, like, my parents. And, like, I think this is the promise. Because my parents kept talking about it, and they like gave me to these weird people in like these weird suits. I think this is the promise.
Promise to what?
It's
Can I
that
see if
government
I-
thing we talked about.
Can I roll to see if I remember anything about Chicago or the promise?
Absolutely. Do another history check. And I'll actually say as an alternative, you could do a religion check. Which one do you want to try and learn more information about how well you understand it?
I'll do history because that seemed to.
Godfrey, Godfrey Motor Academy?
Okay, anyway, that's beside the point, kind of. But we're definitely going to roll back to it. I rolled a 17 for history.
17 for history.
Yeah,
Um,
thanks.
so the DC was 25 to learn more, and your 17 was successful.
Dude.
So, what you remember at least was you were from a small town in Iowa, a place not directly affected by one of the flashes. You know it was a type of bomb. Your memory, though, is that there was something along with this bomb that affected people's intelligence, that it dumbed them down, that something drastically hurt them. It didn't take them out or anything, it just made them unable to function as well as they normally are, harder for them to perform basic tasks. You remember you were young and you were prized as someone who was still working just fine. You were probably about 8-9 years old when your parents finally accepted the deal of the promise. You were taken away as well.
Now, so to my knowledge, the only material that I can ask for in this room is this weird slop and water.
I'm going to press the water button.
Next panel, right over near it, a little hatch slides open and water appears next to your food.
Like a glass of water?
Glass of water.
With this food in front of me, is there anything I can do to try and discern what it's made out of?
You're not too sure what it's made out of.
Any chance it's made out of what Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition would call a tiny ball of bat guano and sulfur?
No.
Okay. So no chance of casting fireball out of this.
Fireball.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll for my name again.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. You remember that your name is Garv. Garv Willstone.
Tell us your name is Garv and we'll bully you for it.
Nah, he's just not Brad.
So, guys, I think I remember that my name's Garv Willstone. I think that's what's coming back. I think that's what I heard my parents say.
Interesting, because I remember 3 names total, and that's the dumbest name I've ever heard.
I'm sorry. It's what I remember my parents calling me.
Okay, Garv.
You
Can I
had
see if I
parents?
remember anything, Grant?
What is that?
Just kidding.
Can I
No,
try to
man, I had
remember
parents
anything?
too.
Absolutely.
19.
19. Remember your name is Aaron. Aaron Scythe.
ER or AA?
Aaron.
My name is Aaron Scythe. I think I remember now that the humming is gone. Speaking of which, was there a weird humming noise for you guys too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that has something to do with this weird sort of awakening that we've had, because, like, this is the first time the humming's been gone, and all of a sudden my brain is way clearer than it was before.
Yeah, I'm thinking this humming is not such a good thing. But yeah, I had it
I
too.
mean, honestly, it kind of depends on how long we've been in here, because if it's been a couple hundred years and that humming has kept me from thinking myself into oblivion, I'm honestly kind of thankful for it. But I just don't know how long we've been in here, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder how old we all are.
How old do I appear to be?
So at this point, I'll let everyone roll to just kind of be aware of themselves, honestly.
Yeah.
16.
16.
8.
8,
9.
9,
15.
15. All right, so Bradley, you look over and you kind of like see yourself. You don't appear to be in terrible shape or anything like that. You appear like you have a little bit of muscle toning. You look over your body. You're probably, at least physically, in your mid to late 20s. Seems to be most likely. David, you look over yourself as well, and you flex, and you see just a gun show on your arm. As you are apparently pretty muscular, just in
One
tone.
arm?
You have a very well-toned body.
You know where that one arm comes from.
Hey, I've been in here a long time, okay?
Getting a little lonely there.
You appear to be probably in your early 30s, late 20s. Chris and Caleb.
It's every time Brad takes a drink, it's so distracting. It's all I can think about.
That's like this milk jug with like space painted on it. It's
Okay.
Ace.
Chris and Caleb, you both kind of look, and you're both very likely in your early 20s. Caleb, you look like you could be probably like either very late teens or early 20s.
Do we have a perception of age? Would we be able to tell each other that we are approximately this age?
He just told us that that's what we know.
I mean, we can all see each other too. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm guessing we can just guess
So,
that.
in this vein of me trying to learn more about myself, I would like to rage.
No.
I would like to make an action surge.
We're not doing it this way, David.
Okay, well, I want to figure out more about myself. You said it's loosely D&D.
It's loosely D&D.
Can I try to cast Firebolt?
You don't have bat guano?
No, that's fireball. This is firebolt.
Okay.
Hey, Grant, did you say there's a window?
Yes, there is a window that stares out.
Is it on the top wall, side wall?
What?
Is it like on a side wall, or is it like a skylight?
So it's on a side wall. It's not a skylight. It is a wall out the side. You look out it, and you can see just thousands and thousands of other pinpricks of window lights in the distance. Other places that are identical to this that kind of go down into a blackness and up into a blackness.
Is there a door in this room?
You do not see a door.
So, have I been working out this whole time?
You remember doing some exercises,
Okay.
but
I'm
you
just-
don't know for how long.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and tell them I'm sure you can all tell I'm pretty ripped, just absolutely shredded.
Yeah, do I need tickets to this gun show?
But that kind of raises a couple questions for me, because so does that mean I've been working out this whole time? Because this food means that humming hasn't been putting us in stasis, because we still need to eat and drink. But obviously I'm still an absolute Adonis. So, how much protein is in this bean slop?
More like a narcissist. Anyway.
Okay, well, I actually think I'm being quite humble, because have you seen these things? And are we wearing shirts?
Yeah.
I flex the shirt and the shirt just dissolves.
You are now wearing a one-sleeve t-shirt.
Well, in that matter, I think I remember starting this promise, whatever it is, when I was a kid, maybe 8 or 9. So at the least, I'd say we've probably been in here 10 years or so. But
Can I
it's hard
check
to
my
say.
body for tattoos?
Yeah, you can look over your body for tattoos.
Can I check my body for boy parts?
Yes.
I did ask. Sorry, I'll let.
I don't. It's hard to roll. I don't really have a flat.
You have no
surface.
tattoos.
17. Okay.
So
I got
know
a 2.
Huh?
I got a 2.
You're a boy.
If that's what you get with a 2, you have no way of knowing that's true.
I mean, I've
So I
got
know
no
already-
idea what a girl is.
I know I already kind of asked to inspect the room, so feel free to say no to this, because I did already kind of ask something similar. But can I go around the walls and see if there's any give anywhere, or if there's any weaker points? Or I'm trying to get an idea of
Absolutely.
yeah.
Give me a investigation roll.
Okay.
Is the monitor still on with the guy?
The guy is not currently on the monitor. 12?
Yeah.
You're sliding your hands along. It's a pretty simple DC. It's a DC 10. You're sliding your hands along, and you find just a small groove of what would appear to be a door exit, but pretty flush with the wall itself.
Okay. Is there anything I can do to? Can I get my fingers in there, or am I going to need to find something to pry at that?
You're probably going to need something to pry with it.
Okay. Don't want to do that. I think I'm just going to pound on it and kind of knock.
Okay. There's no response.
Okay. So I'd like to go over to the window now that the humming's not sort of distracting me. I want to try and get a better understanding of my spatial, what is going on outside this box. That makes sense?
Outside the box, you're basically looking straight out into a vast array of just the pinpoints of light. It's really hard to discern because there's no light of day or anything like that outside. You're pretty clearly super enclosed in this place.
Okay.
Whatever this place is, it's maybe a good 2 miles across to the other side.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and go back to the tablet and say, so I think I found sort of like a groove or some sort of entryway to my room, but
Well, you're strong as shit. Just punch it open.
well, actually, that was what I wanted to mention is like, I could try and jam something in there and try and pry it open, but I'm actually kind of worried that like, we have no idea what's going on outside, but we don't even know if there's oxygen out there. We might be better off in these cells.
Oh, what's better? I mean, living and never knowing, or dying and at least being done with this?
That's what I was thinking, because maybe dying isn't worse than just living inside of this box doing nothing for 100 years.
But, okay, but we don't know that. We don't know that, like, we're making this assumption that it will never get better. There's a very real possibility that this is all a glitch, and the humming is going to come back on, and we'll be sedated again until the outside world is breathable. Like, if we go out now, and it turns out that this was all a glitch,
I don't know if you guys use the learning feature on your tablets, but I've learned about trees and oceans and a whole bunch of stuff that's not inside of this tiny little box. So maybe there's a chance that they're letting us out, or not letting us out, but finally letting us see the outside world a little bit more so we can experience some of these trees and oceans and not just live in this box eating this weird slop.
But the apocalypse happened. And if we go outside right now, there is no guarantee that we are sticking it to the man and finding freedom, when there's a very real possibility that if we stay in the box that has been nothing but kind to us, we stay in the box, maybe things will get better out there.
I know that we or our parents all thought that this box, this promise, was a good thing at first, but I'm not so sure. This is not what I want my life to be forever. And I'm not so sure those bombs were the apocalypse.
Well, they clearly made it not a great place to be outside.
That is a difference from the apocalypse. Can I roll to see if I remember what year it was when all this went down?
Yeah, absolutely.
16?
Okay. 1 second as I have to pull up the purge. So, you're really good at history checks. We know that much. Now that you've done your third one,
Uh-huh.
you know that you have proficiency in history.
Okay.
And your intelligence modifier is 20.
That's my modifier, or that's my score?
That's your score.
That was your modifier?
That'd be dope.
The year that all of that happened, you remember, was 2135.
135. Oh, by the way, guys, I didn't mention it earlier, but my real name's Daryl.
Hey, Daryl.
I just wanted to
Daryl.
make sure that was known.
My name's Aaron. I made up a name.
Oh. I actually also did remember mine, and it is actually Chainsaw, so...
At this point, more of your memory has come back, David, and you know your name is Jeremiah, but you can keep going by Chainsaw.
So that thought shows up into my mind, like, hey, I think I'm Jeremiah, and then, like, the rest of my brain cells beat the hell out of that one brain for thinking that our name is not Chainsaw. But here's the thing, guys, like, I want to paint you a scenario where whoever's running this promise shows up once the world is once the air out there is breathable again, and they come to crack us out, and they come and look in our little cages, and they're like, oh, here's 4 dead dudes. I guess that they tried to escape on a glitch and never got to actually see the free world again. There's no guarantee that there's even oxygen outside of these things.
So don't leave. But I'm going to do what I can. And I get up and I try and find the door that I know he was talking about.
Okay. Give me a investigation roll.
Oof. 4.
4. With your modifiers, you actually still are able to find it.
Dope.
You find the groove. Again, the DC is 10 for that.
Okay.
So you're able to locate the door. And
Can
then I'll also
I-
give you a hint as to your natural +5. You do have proficiency in investigation. You find the groove of the door.
Can I test the window to see if it's breakable?
Yeah, you can. Give me... Do you want to try and hit it, or do you want to try and look it over?
First look it over.
Okay, give me an investigation roll.
It's a 4.
No clue.
I'll try to hit it.
You want to hit it, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a strength roll, DC 20.
What does DC mean?
It's the difficulty level. So whatever you roll, I'll tell you your answer, and you'll know if you have something
5.
to it.
Go-kart moving arcade?
It's gonna haunt my dreams, dude.
What is it?
What did you get again, Chris?
5.
5. Yeah, you are not able to make a dent against the glass.
There.
Can I hit
grab-
talk? Sorry, go ahead, Cable.
Can I grab my fork and see if I can pry in that groove?
Yeah, absolutely. I want you to give me a strength roll, DC 15.
Big money, no rumors. That is 12?
12.
Yeah.
You're getting real close, but you cannot open the door.
All right. I'll continue trying, but David, go ahead.
Can I hit talk again on my tablet?
Yeah, absolutely. The person you know is the operator, again dressed in that clean suit, shows up right in front of you. Good morning.
What up? Oh, so here's the thing. The hum is gone. And I just wanted to know what's going on. Can you help me out here? Like, should I go back to sleep? Should I eat more bean slop?
We are experiencing a malfunction.
That's all I needed to know. All right, thank you. You can go back into the void or wherever you live.
I have one final question for you. And he's still
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Are you happy or are you sad? And the two options, happy or sad, pop up on the tablet.
So in my experience, and it's okay if I don't remember this, if I just leave that unanswered, what happens?
You have never left it unanswered.
I'm going to leave it unanswered.
Anybody else doing anything right now?
I'm gonna try to find the groove.
Okay. Give me investigation.
16.
16, yeah, you definitely find it.
Cool. Gonna try to open it, try to see if I can make it budge a little bit.
DC is 15, roll for it.
17.
17, yeah. So you reach in and you start prying it open. It's pretty tough, but you're able to get your hands underneath and start lifting it. you're looking outside, and it's just this long, empty white hallway, kind of going pretty far both directions, with a whole bunch of other doors adjacent to you that pretty clearly lead into other people's rooms.
When David pressed talk again, did we lose his feed?
No.
So did we
It just
hear
becomes,
that?
you heard all of that, but you were no longer able to see him during that time.
So we see Garv, like, try and bust himself open, right?
What is that? Like, get out?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if he still has the tablet,
Okay. Do you still have the tablet, Brad?
I'll tell you guys in a second. Wait. So does the door stay open if I leave it there, or does it shut?
the door, your own door, you have to hold it open. It will automatically shut if you step out.
Alright. So tablet's on the ground, and you guys saw me open the door. Then
Whoa, dude! You heard the operator guy. He just said this is just a malfunction.
Why do you trust that operator so much?
It's the only person I've ever talked to except for the three of you guys. I've known him a whole lot longer.
but the
And,
question
like-
is, are you happy or are you sad?
I don't know, man. I've only been able to, have conscious thought for a couple of minutes here. Why are you guys... Tell me what the operator has possibly done to warrant mistrust. Because they're keeping us alive. Our parents signed us up for this. So clearly, people who knew more about the situation than us, who, by the way, just remembered our names, people who knew more about the situation than us said this would be a better situation.
But why don't I remember everything? Why was that hum?
Because we're being sedated.
Why were we being sedated?
So we don't have to just sit here alone with our thoughts for dozens of years.
I just want to point out that you thought this could have been hell.
I mean, yeah, because I didn't know what was going on. But now that I have at least a baseline understanding, and I understand that our parents put us in here because it was so bad outside.
But if our parents put us in here, why aren't they here?
I don't know everything about the promise, but you're the one who said that you remember that your parents put you in here.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna go in the hallway before my arms hurt and I can't hold this door open anymore.
I probably could because, again, just absolutely shredded. But sure.
Yes, we know you have a big ego.
I'm going to try and open my door again.
Okay.
Twelve again.
Well, again.
Yeah.
Still not. It's pretty rough. David, are you happy or sad on your tablet vanishes, and your room turns red. All of the light of your room turns completely red, and your door opens up.
Mm-hmm.
And just silence.
The operator still there?
The operator is no longer on the tablet.
I'd like to hit talk.
You hit talk. And the operator says, "Good morning."
Hey, so my room just turned red and the door opened. What's going on? What should I do here?
A recovery team is on the way. You are injured.
Oh, okay. Should I lay down? Is there any first aid I need to be doing here, or can I give myself a once over and see if he's right?
Yeah, you look at yourself. You're not injured in any way.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you, operator. This has been great. I'm going to go ahead and stay perfectly still and not leave the room and wait patiently because I absolutely trust you.
And the operator, the screen turns off.
Okay.
Again. This time there is no "Are you happy or sad?"
Okay, so can I still see the three of them?
Yep.
Hey, y'all, change of heart. We're getting out of here. I'm just booking it out that door.
That's what I'm telling you. This place is more like prison than a promise.
Okay, no. But we had no reason to think that 10 seconds ago. And I'm saying this as I'm running. What am I seeing as I'm running here?
You're running down a very, very, very long hallway.
Hey, do I see anything going down either side? Like, can I see the red room?
You cannot see the red room. As you're looking down this hallway, it probably goes about half a mile in either direction of just straight. There's just lines of the same doors over and over and over on each side. Or like basically on each side of your room, but the adjacent wall, there are very, very few doors that lead outside of whatever this central box of doors is. There are a few doors that appear to have key code access necessary that are not on the same side as where your door was.
Okay, so out in this hallway, do I see any sort of open door that I might be able to go through?
You don't see any open doors. All you see are on your side of basically like where all of those doors are, where all of those windows are. That's kind of just a bunch of doors there. And on the other side, the only doors that you see there are key locked. That requires some sort of access code or card.
Do we know anything about like what Chainsaw just did, like with talking to the operator, or did we not hear?
You heard all of that.
Okay, I want to hit talk then.
You hit talk.
Yeah.
The operator shows up. Good morning.
Hi, I'm injured and I need assistance.
You are injured and need assistance. Assistance will be on the way. Your screen goes blank, and the room turns red.
But the door
once
doesn't.
again opens.
Okay.
So out in this hallway, is there any way I can sort of see into any of these rooms? I'm looking for the other three of them.
You're not seeing anything that gives you any indication.
So since I was...
Give me a perception roll to everyone out in the hallway.
15.
What do you get, okay, David?
15.
Okay. Brad?
6.
Chris?
13.
13. David and Chris, you both kind of scan around the area. And at the top, there's like this little board that's kind of sticking out of the ceiling out of each side. David, the top of your board says 2B307. And Chris, the top of your board says L7223.
So I'm going to angle the tablet up towards that board and say, so this is over my door. Anybody got any idea what that means?
What does that say again?
David's, I believe, was 2B327.
2B237?
Possibly a door number? Your
What was that,
address
Chris?
within some sort of complex?
Oh, I just asked, was it 2B237?
Yeah, that was David's.
And I was L7223.
Yeah.
So if I go either way up or down this hallway, do the numbers increase? Is there a pattern to the board?
You're going further, and probably about another like 30 yards down, you see 2B328.
Okay.
Grant, can I pick up my chair and try and break the window since I was so unsuccessful opening the door?
Sure.
Can I
That
just
is a
make
3.
Perception.
What is that, Brad?
Perception.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 3. That ain't happening.
I'll say on your second time around, you do see, Chris, what was the number I gave you?
L7223.
It is 7L223. My bad.
Oh.
Okay, so
What was
seeing
Brad, you look around and you see your number is 4G315.
4G315.
seeing sort of how far apart these rooms are and realizing just like if this is one big hallway, I am very far away from the rest of them. I'm gonna I'd like to go back to into my room and sort of hide behind. So does the door swing into the room or out of the room?
It is a sliding up door.
Okay. Is there anywhere in that room that I could hide?
Like hide without being seen? No.
Okay. And I haven't heard any of this rescue team coming to...
No, you have not.
Okay.
Can I try one more time to open my door?
Absolutely.
Or is that... Alright. This. 12 again.
I'm gonna say that now that you've gotten 12 3 times in a row, you know that your strength score is 14.
I figured it was 14 or 15.
Yeah, and you finally get the door open. It just takes a lot of repeated effort.
Alright, I'm going to take the tablet and the fork and my cup with me.
Okay.
And is there anything else in here?
You have a pillow and one bed sheet.
Alright, I'm taking the pillow and I'm taking the chair and jamming it under the door.
Okay.
To keep it open.
Okay.
I'd like to punch one of those keypads.
All right, you hit one of those
Well,
keypads.
Okay, actually, I want to very delicately try and remove my shirt without tearing it like tissue paper.
Give me a...
Dexterity?
Yeah. 15.
It's a 9?
Z15.
Nope.
Damn it. Okay, so
You just
is there enough...
instantly tear a crease like right down your chest.
Okay, is there enough cloth that I can wrap around my fist before I punch this door?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna wrap the just absolutely shredded shirt around my fist to try and give me some sort of padding before I punch this keypad.
Okay.
So
Like, just the
Chainsaw's
nearest-
just going around shirtless now.
Yeah, just the nearest one to me around across the hall.
Okay.
Also, I found out that the horse could do this. He has a little grappling hook.
What?
Give me a strength roll to hit the keypad.
You went quiet.
What'd you get?
David?
We can't hear you.
You are muted, David, or something.
I'm muted?
No, there you
Oh,
go.
there you are.
Okay, cool. That's a 19 right there, boys.
Nice. You just crunch the keypad really, really hard with your fist.
Okay.
All sorts of circuits and stuff bust out, and the door kind of sparks, and it just goes silent. The door does not open.
Can I try and... Is there any room under the door? Can I get any sort of grip to try and lift this door?
Not directly under the door, but you can try and push your hands up against it and slide it up.
Okay, I'd like to do that.
Perhaps a little more subtlety could be called for.
The door is pretty easy to lift up at this point for you. You're able to slide it right up.
Yeah, I thought it might be pretty easy for me to just do whatever feat of strength I want. Dare roll. Maybe, you know, the person who has had a successful roll in the last 30 minutes could do something.
David,
That's all right. Well,
at this point, you realize
if you
that
ever need to know anything, you know, intelligence related, just ask this guy.
your strength score is 22.
Shit, man. That's nuts.
Oh, shit.
Bam!
That Chad
What?
Thunderson?
Can I see what the number above my door is?
Above yours? Yeah.
Yeah.
The number above your door is 1A110.
1A110. So, gentlemen, could these numbers above our doors possibly indicate floors or a wing of the building or something? Mine is 1A110. It's a low number comparatively to yours. Perhaps.
Oh, crap. I'm changing. Chris, your number
Yeah.
is wrong.
What is the real number?
Instead of the 7 in the front, it is a 3. My bad.
So say the whole number.
3L223.
So what do I see on the other side of this door?
On the other side of this door, it's pretty dark. The lights are somewhat out, and you see just this barren room where the walls are sort of scratched up and ruined. There's some cobwebs and dust in here. It's not a clean room whatsoever. You step around and you look around and you see that there are 2 really, really old skeletons in the room.
Okay.
Are we seeing this?
If
Yeah,
he turns
I'll-
his tablet around, he can show you.
I'll turn the tablet around and say, all right, guys. Yeah, I'll eat crow a little bit on this one and admit that I shouldn't have trusted these guys nearly as much as I maybe did.
Thank you. Just want to say thank you for that, Chainsaw.
Wait,
So-
I gotta go get a laptop charger.
So, Grant, this room looks like our rooms?
No, it does not. This is a pretty separate room. You see a few control panels here.
Okay.
This is a different kind of room.
Gotcha. Are there any... I'll wait. I'll wait till Chris is back.
Can I go down the hall following numbers going down?
Following numbers going like to a lower number.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, you can keep going.
I'm gonna do that same thing and go down the hall.
Okay.
And if there's, I mean, maybe a perception check or something to see if anybody is around or if there's anything.
You're not seeing anybody around. Your numbers are getting lower.
Okay.
You have gotten down to 1A100.
Okay.
And Brad, you've gone down to 4G 305.
Wait, what's Brad's room number?
So it's not tied directly to a room. As you're kind of looking around, it's tied to like probably every like 40 or 50 yards is a new number.
So
What was, guard's
different-
room?
so all the different rooms aren't numbered?
No, not that you can see.
Oh.
It appears to be more labeled by like section of hallway.
So,
There-
is there anything in this room? Are there any doors or anything?
In this room in particular, there are 2 doors that lead out of it,
Okay.
both of which are closed, but neither of which are locked by keycard.
I'd like to go over and open those.
Okay. One of those doors leads to a small closet, of which you see another skeleton just kind of like crushed in a corner.
Damn.
Crushed?
Yeah.
I want to show that to these guys and be like, hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. We
Who
gotta
the
go.
hell did that?
Being crushed by anything, or
You just see that a lot of the bones are smashed to pieces.
Okay, what does the other door lead to?
The other door leads down to a cross-section corridor, which is kind of in a T shape leading outside. It goes down two separate directions.
Okay, I want to check those control panels and see if there's what controls here are still working.
You can look over. There's a whole wide variety of buttons and things that you're not familiar with whatsoever. You're examining it. I'd like you to give me for this. I'm basically treating Arcana and like use computer as the same thing.
Sure.
So give me a roll for that.
16.
16. Yeah, you're able to kind of get a brief summary of this is some sort of unlock station for like most of the doors for this section, at least. You can see that you can basically flip a little dial up at the top and it switches some of the numbers around that are on this little bar of a screen. For example, you're looking at this and the numbers are set to like 2B324, which is pretty close to where you're at. The 2B doesn't change as you switch the dial, but the 327 switches. You go 327, 328, 324, 323, and each one of those times, a whole list of numbers appears at the bottom, which appears to be numbers for each individual door of that corridor.
Okay. Is there anything from this computer that I can figure out to try and piece together the layout of this place at all?
Not from this machine.
Okay. So, okay. Is there any sort of security camera control or anything like that?
This like area really only has like small little embedded screens and stuff like that. It doesn't have any sort of like monitors or full-size screens.
Okay. Do I see anything about that security team that the operator mentioned at all?
No, you do not.
Okay.
Grant, all the residence rooms, like the rooms, like the doors, just like mine, do there appear to be any keypads or anything to get into those?
No.
No. Can I try and open somebody else's door?
Yeah, you can give me a strength roll for it.
Okay, I'm switching this dice out. I don't need it to be rolling no more 12s. That's a 17.
17. You lift up the door, and you're slowly pulling it up. And you freeze. That hum returns, and you're feeling it emanating from that room. You drop the door and stumble backwards, fall on your back. The tablet drops to your side as your head is throbbing again with that same hum. You can slowly start to get up again, but your mind goes really foggy briefly.
Okay. When I catch my wits, I'm going to tell these guys about it. I don't know what you guys saw of that, but I got into a different room and the hum is still going. It's driving, it's just dulling my senses. And you know what it is. Seems like we're the only ones without it. Did I see anybody in that room?
You briefly saw a person sitting down at their tablet.
Okay.
All right.
So just note to self, don't try and go in there.
Ooh. Do I see anything in the hallway at all?
You're not seeing anything significant in the hallway.
I'm gonna try to open one of the doors at the keypad.
Okay. How are you gonna try and do it?
Can I try to investigate to see if there's any obvious numbers being pushed? That have been pushed.
Give me an investigation roll.
12.
No, there's nothing more specific.
Hey Chainsaw, how did you get in that room?
I just moved the door up.
That's it.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. You just like use your incredible muscles.
Okay.
That's what worked for me. It should work for you though. Unless like, you know.
Did you do anything else before that, or just push the
Oh,
door?
I actually like had to very carefully take my shirt off to not absolutely disintegrate it and wrap it around my hand just to protect my hand a little bit before breaking the keypad.
Well, I guess I can try that.
Now, is there anything I can do, like joking aside, to like give him any advice to like critique his form? Like, I'm trying to do the help action to give him advantage on this.
You cannot help him through this.
Okay.
Cool. Well, I take my shirt off and try to punch this thing.
You are not a very muscly person, as you kind of look down. And give me a strength roll.
12.
12. You punch it, and you just hit your fist, and it just hurts so bad as you come away, and like one of your, like your ring finger is basically broken now. So.
Ouch.
Yeah. You're not feeling super great.
Just for posterity's sake, or maybe that's not the right word, but are we 4 white guys? I mean, like, are we 3 white guys and a black guy?
I don't know why that would matter, Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb.
I
Why does that
mean-
matter?
I mean, it kind of matters if we get out into the wasteland and we're the 4 humans on the planet. There's not a lot of repopulating going on.
We all have guy names, except for Garb. That's not a real name.
Garf!
You're all human males of whatever ethnicity you wish to be.
Blasian.
Oh.
Called it.
Samoan.
Transgender.
This is racist transgender.
One keypad.
Minority.
I want to be Australian. Because they
Can we take
have
a
cool
pee break at
accents.
some point here?
Is it keypad damaged at all?
Can we take a pee break at some point here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Keypad is kind of damaged, but not that much.
So did we see him get hurt there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead and say into the tablet and like, hey, does anybody know anything about like medicine or anything how to fix that? Does anybody remember any of that?
Everyone give me a roll.
Yeah.
3.
19.
17.
So Caleb 17,
Yeah.
Chris, what'd you get?
19.
David
11.
11, Brad
3.
3. You're kind of getting a wide variety of shrugs, and David, you think you might know something about how to patch up.
What?
So does anyone know how it could possibly like fix my finger?
Oh, wait, I don't know anything about paladins. Am I a paladin?
Try and cast Divine Smite.
If I'm a paladin, I am a shredded paladin. We are not supposed to be that strong.
Nah, paladins get pretty shredded.
22? I don't know what level we are, actually.
Well, Grant tends to, just bump those things up a little bit for fun.
I mean, it is more fun.
Just my
especially-
knowledge of, Grant.
Correct.
All right. My bladder's about to burst, so...
I'm going to take a thing in myself.
Enjoy your wee break.
You're the worst.
Turn on iRobot while you're gone.
He's already gone.
You're still recording this part, though.
Yo,
Yeah, wait. Why are we recording?
I don't
why
know.
not?
I like to watch this while you...
I mean, it's fine to record. So how has quarantine been?
My life's pretty much not changed at all.
Yeah. Are you still delivering pizzas?
Yeah,
That is pretty essential. I agree.
completely essential.
Hmm.
If I don't deliver pizzas, who will? City needs pizza and one man can deliver them.
Only one man. Certainly not I.
It's really annoying because, like, I don't know, maybe everybody's just, like, stressed or something, but everybody's way meaner right now. For some reason. Like, they're all just super rude. Like, usually customers are rude, but, like, these are, like, some hate-filled, like, slur rude people. Like,
Really?
yeah.
People are awful. Why can't people just be nice?
I'm nice.
You are nice, Chris. You're a nice guy.
Hmm. Guys, do you think Chainsaw's egotistical?
Yes.
Probably a little bit. Grant, can you turn on iRobot again?
I'd have to start it from the beginning
What? Why?
because it's a virtual background.
Oh, there's a virtual background that's the entire robot movie of iRobot.
For me, there is.
Nice.
You should play the Christmas holiday special, Star Wars holiday special.
No, it's so bad.
It's real bad.
It's not even like fun, like make fun of it with your friends bad. It's just so there's no like redeeming qualities of that whole
I
special.
watched the entire thing this last holiday.
Me too.
Like,
It's trash.
it's good.
I've watched the entire. But Brad?
I have the full script on my phone
Why?
Why?
Is that something you're proud of?
because it's great.
It's not. They're just all like, let's take a break to watch these mermaids do a music number real quick on this little like iPad.
Well,
thing.
yes. Besides the grandpa looking at porn and
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, there was definitely the Wookiee Grandpa.
I don't
That was the
yeah,
thing.
all the interns watched it together, and when we got to that part, we're like, oh, that's definitely porn.
Yup.
Okay.
I like that one song though, like will you light the sky on fire?
Oh yeah, it was by Jefferson Airplane. Well, was it Jefferson Airplane at that point, or was it called Jefferson Starship? Because
It
it was
was
basically the same
Jefferson
band, just
Starship.
different times.
But like,
Yeah, I think.
you know, like in the Star Wars universe, it would be like the equivalent to
Yeah.
Jefferson Airplane. You know.
Are you doing summer stuff, Chris?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Are you?
Yeah.
I might be leading it. Who knows?
If, not many people right now.
Well, Somerset wise, we actually are pretty set for like
Yeah.
numbers.
How many people do we have?
We have 11.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we are hopefully as soon as we find out what we're gonna be doing, we
Mm-hmm.
can figure out our plan. We'll be sending out the April packets by the end of this month because it's April.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully we can actually like figure out summer. I really want it to happen. So, but
Yeah,
what it
me
looks
too.
like is that Somerset will start mid-June. So
Oh yeah.
that's what I'm assuming.
It's hard to assume anything else right now.
It usually starts like late May, right? Or,
Yeah.
We would normally start May 28th.
okay.
Unless you win a lifeguard, then you come out the 18th.
And they will
You
never
come
let you
out the
forget it.
18th, and then
I've
go
heard that the
home
lifeguards,
for a week,
like,
right?
They
If you want to, or you can stay out here.
hierarchy.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Dude, I should be a lifeguard just to stay out there longer. Not that I could actually guard anybody's life.
You get paid more.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I can guard anybody's life effectively.
Alrighty. Are we ready again?
Yeah.
Yes. Can I figure out, like, can I try to like cross wires on the control panel? Is it like to the extent to where I can get to the wires?
Yeah, you can. Give me. It'll be a computer use / like Arcana roll.
Got a 10.
Okay. DC was 15, and you were successful.
Does the door open?
The door does open.
What do I see?
You look through this door, and it leads into one of those section control rooms. The same thing that I explained to David, with the console on the side. There are no bodies in this one.
What's the condition of the room? Is it just like cobwebs and stuff and
Mm-hmm.
kind of okay?
Does there appear to be any into this hallway?
You're getting pretty far, and you keep going, and you're down to like 1A, like 27 or like 0027.
Mm-hmm.
You do see the end of the hallway way off in the distance still,
Okay.
but you actually do see the end.
I want to just keep going for that.
Okay. You eventually do make it to the end.
Uh-huh.
And it rounds into a corner.
Ah, of
And
course.
The corner becomes 2A999.
That's interesting. So I got to the end of my hall and it just became a corner.
And you see this
One
hall
turned
going
into
down a long,
what?
long ways. You see this hall going down a long, long ways.
Yeah. I'm not sure this ever ends.
What was what was a number at the end of the hall? Did it like change to something else?
It got down to presumably like 1, and then started back at 999. So 2A999. So perhaps the first digit refers to the hallway. The second digit refers to the floor, and the last digit.
Actually, I'm going to
The last
retcon something
3.
really fast. I did make a mistake. It is not 2A. It is 4A.
Where did you start?
I started at 1A110.
Why is David muted?
Because you're a fascist, that's why.
I didn't do that.
I muted myself because I was eating pork rinds, and I knew that I couldn't eat pork rinds after assaulting Brad over Pop Rocks. And then when I tried to unmute myself, it said, the moderator has muted you. Sorry.
Okay, so it turned into 4A.
999.
So 999. After that, so maybe it's a square.
Try going to the other side.
Yeah, Grant. Approximately how long did it take? How distance wise to get from my room or the 1A111 to the
10
corner?
minutes.
10 minutes, but like distance wise.
From 1-1. Let's see. You're at 110.
Yeah.
Distance wise, that's probably half a mile.
Half a mile. So approximately every, I'm going to say every 100 numbers is 1/2 mile. So that's
The complex is like the hallway itself is about 5 miles long.
a 5 mile square.
Correct.
Okay. It's a 5 mile square, guys. I'm guessing, David, you're on the 2nd floor. Chris, you're on the 3rd floor. Brad, you're on the 4th floor. We need to wait. No, no, because there's different letters. Was it a hard 90 that I came on?
What is that?
Was it a hard 90 that I came up
It
to?
was a hard 90.
Oh shit. Okay. Why are there L's and G's?
Floors.
Well,
Up and down.
While he's figuring that out, can I do something real quick?
Grant, did I have did I turn into 4A999? Is that what you said?
4A999.
Okay, so the 2nd level is the floor. So, David, you're 1 floor above me, potentially, maybe.
Punch down.
Do it, please.
So
try
David,
it.
you're looking in the hallway that you're in, that goes down on both sides. One side pretty clearly seems to be an elevator with buttons, and then the other side leads to another room.
That's just slower than punching. No, but I actually want to go back to that closet.
Okay.
Do I sense any type of evil?
You do not sense any type of evil.
Perhaps it registers to my senses like a noxious odor?
No noxious odor.
I'm probably not a paladin. All right. Yeah, I want to go to that elevator.
What is it? What do the controls in the elevator look like?
The controls in the
Flip it
elevator
around to him.
show a series of digits. It's basically the letters of the alphabet, and it allows input of 2 digits.
Two digits?
Yes.
Fuck. Wait. No, that just might mean there's that many floors. Are there numbers too, or just letters?
Just letters.
Is there any indication of what floor I'm currently on?
It does have a little, a little B on it.
Press A.
I'll press A.
Go down
You
to
press
floor
A
A.
and you press enter.
Yeah.
Okay. You feel it jolt as you move down one floor, and it opens up. In here, you see the same kind of T corridor with a room on the other side, and then that turn back down into a control room.
All right. Now what?
You're in the 200 realm. I am gonna turn around the other way, Grant, and start running back up the 100s.
Okay.
Back the 1A corridor.
Okay.
With numbers going up.
Hey, Daryl. He's probably gonna be in the 2A1 by the time you get.
That's why I'm going this way.
Cool. I'm gonna. If I go in the corridor, do I see the same thing with the elevator and whatnot?
Yes.
Cool. Then I shall. I'll go to 3. I mean L. My bad.
Okay. So you press the digit L and press enter on it. You feel it jolt as you move up to the L floor.
Cool. Do I see anybody as I exit the elevator?
As you exit the elevator immediately, you no, you do not.
The empty control room like I saw before?
It's another empty control room. Pretty ruined.
Cool. Hey, Aaron, are you out of your room yet?
I've been out of my room, yeah.
You should go down till you get to the end of your hallway.
Yeah.
Go till the numbers get larger.
Okay. I'll do that.
And then, Grant, I'll head down the hallway from 4L and just go until I get
numbers get lower.
Yeah, numbers get lower.
Okay. All right, so you both are traveling down.
Oh wait, I have a question about the control room.
Yeah.
When I leave it, does the door shut behind me?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It's pretty easy. After a couple minutes of running, Chris, you round a corner and you see in the distance a figure. And Brad, you see a figure up ahead.
Run!
Hey!
So you
I stop and I
finally
yell,
actually.
"Is that Aaron?"
And do I hear him?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, then I yell back, yeah!
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah, so you two finally actually meet up in person.
Hi.
So, David and I are just gonna do the same thing.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
David the chair.
And it takes some time, but you two meet up as well.
Cool.
Okay.
But David's not actually there.
David ditched.
I'm back. I just got cold.
You got
Aaron,
cold?
He came into this room and grabbed that blanket.
Hey, Aaron, do you want to try to go find the other two guys?
Wait, okay. So we found each other?
We did.
Yes.
Okay. Grant, do I trust him?
What do you mean?
I mean, like,
He wants to roll insight.
yeah.
Roll insight.
Okay. That's a 4.
Maybe. You're not too sure.
All
And he
right, I'm
doesn't
rolling
register-
insight on chainsaw.
And he
Okay.
doesn't register to the senses as a noxious odor.
No.
Okay.
All right, I rolled a 12 on insight for chainsaw.
Chainsaw seems trustworthy.
Okay. Chainsaw, is that you?
Is that you, Daryl?
It's me.
Tell me something only Daryl would know.
My
don't know anything
parents put me in the promise when I was 8 or 9.
That sounds right. That sounds like something Daryl would say.
Tell me something only Chainsaw would know.
I don't know much.
That does sound like something Chainsaw would say.
All right. I mean, this is the first time I might have ever interacted with. Do we hug? Do we?
Garv.
I mean, maybe a nice handshake.
Garv, do you hug me back, yes or no?
Huh?
Brad,
What?
I said I hug Garv. Do you hug me back, yes or no?
I stand there awkward because I haven't had human affection in a while.
All right, well, that just made it awkward. I'm sorry.
All right. We go to. I'll go for the handshake.
Okay, handshake. And
All right.
I'm
When you go
assuming
for the
my hand
handshake,
is
I go to dab up
crushed.
after the handshake.
Oh yeah, no, I do that. How tall is he in comparison to me?
He's 6'6".
All
Oh
right.
my gosh!
You're about 5'10".
Okay, not as bad as it could be.
But he's a hulk of a person.
I feel a little weird touching like the small of his back as like we do that dab thing after. Just because of the height difference, I'm saying, man.
Okay. So, actually, Grant, I've kind of been assuming I'm not particularly intelligent. Do I have any sort of idea of my own intelligence?
You can give me a roll.
Okay. 19.
19. You're able to surmise that your intelligence is 13.
All right.
Dude, can I just do rolls to see what my scores are?
At this point, you're kind of becoming a little bit more aware of yourself, so yes, you can.
18.
18. You come to find that you're getting pretty exhausted by things and kind of more like physical movements. Your
My constitution score is not great.
is 7.
Gosh.
All
Can I
right.
roll again?
Not right now.
But I got a 19.
All right, Daryl. So, what do we prioritize here? Because there's a couple things we need to do. We need to figure out how to get out of here. We need to find the other two. And I would propose we also need to find some sort of weapon before we try and get out of here. Because we don't know if the thing that crushed that skeleton came from the outside or the inside.
That is a damn good point.
And I don't want to get out there and find out that it's scarier out there than in here.
Question, Grant.
Yeah.
Are the control rooms, from what I have understood, based on the corners, on the inside or the outside of this corridor?
They're on the outside of the corridor.
Okay.
So basically, it's the outside of the corridor, and then all of the rooms are on the inside, and then, of course, all of the windows are on the inside, facing into the inside of the square itself.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you, yeah. Never mind.
Aaron, do you want to go find the other people?
Yeah. I mean,
We're still on the tablet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can see them, but you and I are in person and they're in person.
hey guys, do you want to like meet up on a specific floor, or
Well, my thought is, I wonder if we should all go to the very top or the very bottom. Like, what if we go to ZZ and reach the top?
If we reach the top, then
No,
we're probably
no.
at the top of a building. But if
Nobody-
we reach the bottom, we might be underground. So
Nobody there for ZZ top?
Stop. So, if this thing has that many floors, it seems a lot more likely to me that we're underground. If this thing was built for the apocalypse, then they wouldn't build this massive 5-mile long skyscraper. A underground compound sounds more likely to me.
I think that's a good idea because if we also if we go to the top, we'll be able to see how far down the base level is, like how many.
But I also want to circle back to that thing about weapons, because if we get to the top and that's super close to the surface, I would really prefer to go up there with a weapon first.
I fully agree. Grant,
Chris, I
question.
can barely hear you.
That your guns are good enough.
Roughly how many doors have there been per number? So
How many
like
rooms have there been per number?
Yeah, how many rooms have there been per number? Because you said that each number corresponds to like a place in the hallway rather than a room.
Yes, it's been 20.
20 Oh my god.
All right. So
So let me just get this right. There's 20,000 rooms on each side.
Yes.
Fuck. So okay, that's 80,000 rooms per floor, and we know that there's oh my gosh, there's so many floors.
how many control rooms are there? Like the doors on opposite the rooms. How many are there per hallway?
There appear to be, just from what you've been able to ascertain, probably about 10 per
10.
10 per side.
side. Yes.
Okay, so proposing a new plan, not a new plan, but an addition to the plan. We need to break millions of people out of this detention center.
No, we don't.
we have absolutely no way of thinking that we could possibly turn off that hum. And I agree with you that it would be great to get these people out of here. But if we fling open all these doors, all we're asking for is for that hum to get us back sedated.
Maybe we could possibly figure out what caused that malfunction and then maybe cause that malfunction ourselves. I don't know, just spitballing here.
Look,
Yeah.
I don't want to open another door. I want to minimize the number of doors we're opening without knowing what's on the other side right now. So let's go back up to that lab I was just in, or that control room I was just in, and see if there's any more details we can ascertain there.
Let's do it.
Because that is a place we know there is at least some evidence that we also know there's no hum.
Okay.
Also, just
I want to
to
press talk on the tablet.
What, Chris?
I want to press talk on the tablet real quick.
Okay. You press talk, and the person shows up. Once again, the operator. Good morning.
Hello. Is everything in the operating system running smoothly?
I'm sorry, I do not know how to answer that question.
So, how do I phrase this?
He spent so much time asking how we are that he wasn't prepared for us to ask how he is.
Is everything fully functional in the system?
The system works.
Fine, so let's go back to our rooms.
Well, he said the system works. So there's no sort of malfunction or any sort of glitch that you would know about.
I'm sorry, I do not know how to answer that question.
I wish you did.
Okay, assuming there's 80,000 doors on each floor, and each door has an occupant. There's 26 alphabets worth of floors. There are 54 million people in this complex.
Okay, guys. So how about we go back to the rooms that we know are empty, and then meet up on one of the lighters. What ones do you guys want to meet up at?
Let's go to B. Let's go to the one I was just at. Because that is the most evidence we've seen so far.
Okay. Let's
Okay,
check out
wait a
this
minute, you
control
said,
room.
Oh yeah, you
54
said each
million.
one of those numbers is a floor.
Cool. So then we'll go back to floor B. We'll be in hallway 4.
Hallway 4?
Yeah. We'll meet you guys at hallway 3.
No, we should go to hallway 2 because that's where David's control room with the bodies was.
Yes. But I don't know if there's a empty control room besides the one that I came in on level L.
Fair enough.
Because I came in hallway 4.
Right.
Yeah. So if we meet in hallway 3, it'll be halfway between the two of us. Or hallway 1. Just
So
not.
let me explain where you both are right now. Specifically where you guys met up, because I do have that listed out. David and Caleb, you are both in 1A201. And
Okay.
Brad and Chris, you are both in 3L279.
Okay.
So in accordance to what you know, you are on opposite halls of the square.
Let's hold off on meeting up.
Okay, then what you want to do?
Let's both go back to our respective labs because either way it's going to be a trek to meet up, right?
Yeah.
So I'd like to set us up for success by searching for weapons before we start busting down doors.
Yes, agreed.
And figure out as much as we can before we have to start opening doors we don't understand.
And I hate to play devil's advocate, but if we wait to meet up and half of us die or something, there's still 2 more to keep going.
And honestly, it's more information because that's the thing we don't have right now. We don't even know what could be killing us.
More ground covered that way.
Yeah.
If we are even going to be killed.
We're not going to drop the call. We're going to be very clear before we open any doors. Communicate with everybody. All right?
Communication is key.
So how should we start searching for weapons? Just opening...
No, go back to the lab that you were at.
Room.
The control room you were at before. We're gonna start with rooms that we know. Yeah. So Daryl and I would like to go back to floor B.
So let's check out the control room that you were in on floor A first. See if we can find any information there, and then go to floor B.
Okay.
That?
Wait,
Okay.
sorry. I thought we were on floor A right now.
We are on floor A.
Yeah,
Let's check out the control room here before we take the elevator up.
Do we know that the control room on this floor is clear?
Well, yeah, because you
That's
came
the
into
one
it.
that you went went through.
Okay, I understand.
Because you had to go back through Caleb's control room to be able to meet up with him.
Right.
One of my control rooms.
Yeah, one of yours.
We have no idea how. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes. So let's go there. I'm gonna try and get on the computers and see if I can get any information.
I'd like
you go
to.
over into this control room. There's not a whole lot there.
Okay.
It's, again, pretty barren. It has the same controls that, David, you are currently familiar with the dial that switches between every single one within this section of the hall.
Uh-huh.
And then all of the doors that are connected to it. There's another closet here, and then finally it goes down into that extended passageway where there is the other closed door and then the elevator. But that's everything here.
Okay. So is there anything in the closet?
This closet, you're looking around, and there's nothing really of note. Some old cleaners and rags, but that's about it.
Could we make a bomb out of said household cleaners?
I'll ask Daryl. Like, do you know anything about chemicals at all?
Do I know anything about chemicals?
Give me a roll.
Can I also roll to see if I do?
Yeah, you can.
That's a 7.
14.
Jeremiah, you actually know a little bit more, or Chainsaw, I guess. You do know.
Okay, I was like, who the hell's Jeremiah? I legitimately forgot that's who I was. I do know a little about chemicals.
You do know a little bit about chemicals.
Is there stuff that I'm not good at? Okay.
You can try and give me a roll if you want to try and make some sort of rudimentary explosive.
You're an alchemist.
I mean, before I do that, I'd like to just see if I can just read the labels and see if I don't want to just start mixing stuff together. I want to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like a bomb is not so important to me that I'm willing to risk anything for it. I just want to see.
You look at the chemicals, and these are familiar-ish names to you. Like, it's kind of coming back to you of like, oh, I know what that one is. I know what this one is.
Okay.
Like Windex 409.
What is that?
Like Windex 409.
I don't have the specific names of any of these chemicals because I don't care.
Is there yellow spray, blue spray?
Stop. So, do I feel kind of confident I can make some sort of explosive out of this?
Yeah, if you do.
I'd like to make a roll for it.
Okay.
Wait, is this going to explode right now if he does this?
What'd you get?
He just killed himself.
Can I fail at Dungeons and Dragons? Because that was a natural 20 again. This might be my strongest D&D character of all time, y'all.
You haven't missed a beat, which is really strange.
I know.
Yeah, so you're able to basically create 3 small chemical containers using spray bottles that if you basically shake it up really, really hard.
Is that a problem? Can you guys still see me?
No, we cannot.
Not
see
even
any
a
of
little
it.
Okay, never mind.
If you shake it up, it'll start fizzing and cause an explosive reaction.
Okay, 3 of those?
Yeah.
Okay.
You are not too sure
How powerful it is?
how powerful it is. You know that it'll definitely do something pretty significant, but you don't know to what extent.
Sure. I'm going to switch out this die because I'm starting to not trust it. So, are there any skeletons in this room?
In this one, no, there's not.
Okay.
So the control panels seem to allow access into the rooms.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is it worth trying to get into any of them? Does there appear to be any way to turn the humming off?
I mean, nothing that you're seeing is just room door access. Pretty straightforward.
It's probably a good thing there's no button to turn off the humming, or Grant would be in charge of tens of millions of
54
NPCs.
million.
So Aaron and I are gonna try and go back to that control room I was at previously, right?
Yeah. Right?
Chris.
Chris is in.
Let's look in that closet, cause yeah.
Closets are fun.
You look in the closet?
Yep.
Okay. In this closet in particular, you find 2 bodies. These bodies are very much not as old as the rest. These ones wear the tattered clothes of the same white outfit that all of you are wearing. Probably about 30 years, 40 years old.
Look through their pockets.
Hey, it's Dungeons and Dragons. That's what you do.
You find that one of them has a makeshift shiv
Hey, we take those.
and a scrawl of paper.
Does it say anything?
Yes. The way that I am going to do this is I am going to post it in the chat.
Hey, sorry, my internet cut out. Can you go back 30 seconds for me?
They found like basically dead bodies of which are like 30 to 40 years old, wearing the same white outfits. They find a makeshift shiv and a scrawl, like hand scrawled note.
So do you guys show us this note?
Yeah. Or I'll read it out loud. Like, I'm not going to read it out loud, but I read it out loud.
Oh, damn. Those bodies are 30 or 40 years old. So, okay.
Did they crawl into a closet to die?
So
look
you're
like
taking a
males?
look at these bodies, and they have the same, like, their bone structure is incredibly warped, like it was smashed.
Oh, shit.
Do they both look male?
No,
Or can
one's
we
a
not
male,
tell?
one's a female.
Okay.
There are girls in here. We do need to free these people.
we gotta find the hose. I don't even know how long it's been.
Well,
You guys should check out the body and see if you can figure out anything about how they died.
yeah. Can we see like
They
about
were-
how they might have?
It looks like they were crushed.
It was like a brute force. They were hit incredibly hard, multiple places, by some sort of very strong being.
Okay, but like, does it look like a
It's all blunt injuries.
multiple injuries though? Like, was this one giant like tree trunk that hit him, or
No, this is multiple hard injuries,
like they got pelted with baseballs?
basically.
Tight. Alright. We're
So-
fighting Randy Johnson.
There's no useful controls in here except opening doors. Is that
In this room, correct.
well, let's go to that T hallway.
Okay, the team has the elevator on one side
Like
and
what?
then the closed door on the other.
Did we at all see what is behind the closed door?
No, you did not.
Do we want to see what is behind said closed door?
Let's go check out the other control room.
Okay. Yeah, so we go up to B.
You go up to B, to the other control room.
Yeah.
It is the same structure of control room as the other one. Same
Okay.
dials and everything.
Okay. And there's nothing new we can ascertain from these skeletons?
These ones appear to be very, very old. We
Okay.
don't know how old in particular. but these are skeletons. The other ones were corpses.
Sure.
Okay.
But there's no new information we can learn about what killed them.
There's no marks or injuries or anything on these ones.
Oh,
Like, do they appear to have been crushed as well,
No,
or like they're
they do
broken
not appear to have
bones,
been
or
crushed.
but the one in the closet did.
Yes.
Okay. Anything in this room that might be able to be used as a weapon?
You have a few pencils and pieces of paper. You have chairs, some files. That's it.
None of these guys were packing heat.
wait. There's files.
Yeah, very miscellaneous files and stuff.
I want to look through there, briefly scan through them. Is there anything interesting in there? Anything useful?
You're finding a lot of documentation on basically explaining what these chambers are. It's referred to as a semi-stasis chamber, an advanced kind of technology. You see throughout all of it, there's this repeated mention of this major corporation that is in synchronization with the government called Dreamcore.
They got some
With
good
that,
branding
they
at least.
created together this
Grant,
Hello?
you kind of Grant.
They got Grant, y'all.
The Dream Core.
Ah!
They heard him squealing, and Dreamcore got him.
Well, now.
Guys, is anybody else a little freaked right now?
I stand by my theory that it's Randy Johnson. I think it's Randy Johnson, and we're all birds.
Dramcore.
Grant,
Dream Core.
Dreamcore.
heck you, Dramcore.
Oh no, he's gone.
Oh. Wait, so Grant's the host. How did he leave?
Aaron's the host.
Who's the host? Oh, I'm the host.
You're the host.
Somebody else is the host. This is
That
not very
seems.
fun. What is a breakout room?
Don't touch that.
I shouldn't. Yeah, there might. Oh,
Breakout is
hey.
You there,
Hi.
Grant?
My laptop decided to completely disconnect,
Oof.
so that was fun.
Wait, Aaron, did you just completely get rid of Donnie, or was that you, Grant?
I did not.
Touch anything while I was host
Chris, did you become host?
for like 10 seconds.
Dreamcore got him.
Hello?
Hi, you're back.
Okay. My internet cut out right after I started talking trash about Dreamcore.
Okay.
Okay. What the heck? Dreamcore.
okay.
Is
So we're
Dreamcore
at
real?
semi-stasis rooms.
Yeah, talking about the stasis rooms, talking about the corporation that Dreamcore that worked in tandem with the government in creating these semi-stasis chambers where people could still eat and drink and learn so that they can come out into the new world smarter and stronger than they were before. It talked about kind of the slowness that also comes with that of while it does naturally inhibit the greater processes of these people, it doesn't have any permanent effects on them. But as long as the hum continues, the cognitive fog will prevent them from too much stress.
All right. Dreamcore is fucked up.
So, is there any documentation about what is outside?
It says the outside is really horribly ruined. That there's a lot of like lasting effects. It doesn't go into like detail on it, but it said that there was a lot of radioactivity in the air that likely would last for somewhere in the range of about 250 years. And that with the modification of air purifiers that are produced by this station, that they could purify the air themselves over the course of 100 years. And so on the 100-year mark, you're getting kind of these notices of that is when they're planning on taking this. They're like the next step forward.
Okay.
Is there any indication of what the year is now?
No, but this log appears to be from 2139.
Okay, that's interesting. That's 4 years after we started. After this all started.
That's the most recent log we could find?
Grant?
Yes, no, that's the most recent log that you can find.
Okay. Anything in the closet? Specifically looking for weapons?
You're not finding anything in the closet.
None of these guys were packing heat. The nuclear apocalypse happened. There's a baseball monster on the loose, and not one person was like, hey, maybe I should start bringing my Glock to work. Trash.
Wait, do you think it's Randy Johnson because you think that, like, he was beating in people with a baseball bat?
Not with a bat. He was hitting people with baseballs.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
Oh, okay.
Randy Johnson's a pitcher. What?
Yeah, no, he was hitting him with baseballs.
Oh.
Do we see anything in the room that Aaron and I are in?
Any baseball?
In the room that you are in, you're not really seeing anything else too much of note. You're still in the main control room, correct?
Yeah, we were in the closet, but
Yeah. It's the same controls as any other room.
Did you come out of the closet?
Ha 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 ha!
Woo, woo, woo! Brad, did you miss his great joke?
no, if I heard it. It was
It
great. It reminded me of when I was 12.
was a mucho
I was just
ghetto
confused
joke.
because I didn't hear you laughing or dabbing.
What are we doing, Starve?
Hey, y'all, can I just say that Grant is doing a very, very good job of DMing this, and I'm very into this.
Yeah,
Thank you.
this is like very good.
But
I am
also,
going to say, though, that we are going to wrap up soon and do a part 2 to this.
yeah, I kind of figured it's like,
I'm
'Cause
reaching a close end point pretty soon.
we've spent nearly 30 minutes in literally 2 rooms. So, y'all, there are literally tens of millions of rooms in this place.
So I have a spot that I'm going to wrap up pretty soon, so I'm just giving you guys like a little bit of a warning.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll figure out when we're going to run
Alright.
next. But I personally don't want to sit for 3 hours more. Which
So,
is
Dude,
what
I've
we're
got
looking at
work
at this
tomorrow,
rate.
and I'm enough into this that I could just keep going.
Well, that makes me feel good.
Chris.
But
do you want to go to the elevator, or do you want to go check out the other door at the end of the corridor?
Let's check out the other door.
Okay, guys. We're going to open another door.
okay.
I
You
think,
guys go
I think
over.
we should do the same.
Let's go ahead and watch this. I'm gonna see if there's like a mute option on the tablet. I'm gonna be like, let's let them go first.
I
Say something. I saw your lips move, but I didn't hear you.
Oh, it's weird. There must be like the hum might be messing with our communications or something.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't hear the hum.
Wait, what's that? I can't hear you.
Oh, there's a lot of malfunctions. Anyways,
You guys go over to the other end of that hallway, past or on the other side of the elevator, basically. And that door, of course, is not latched or anything like that. You slowly open it. And inside is just this huge wall of screens. It's a simple, empty room with 3 chairs inside. No bodies or anything. Definitely cobwebs and everything. The whole room is covered in just kind of like a small layer of dust. And you kind of see a few low blinking lights of a server off in the corner that kind of indicates that there's still power running to this.
This place is freaky, y'all.
There are spiders.
You said like a bunch of TVs or screens?
Computer screens.
Computer screens. Is there anything on them, or are they just blank?
Currently, they're blank. There are a couple like mice and keyboards in front of them.
All right, I want to click the mouse a few times.
Okay. You see all of the screens burst into light as they all turn on respectively. And there's a huge warning right up the very top of one of the screens, of which says, let me get over to it really fast. Yeah. On the top of the screen, it says, stasis release override failed. Estimated overrun time, 391 years.
Oh, cool.
Oh, so
That means it's good.
we'll estimate it because they said that it should be good in 250 years.
Yeah, it's an estimate, but that means they would have to be off by a huge margin.
Yeah, but it's 140 years after that.
I mean, stuff changes in 300 years.
I mean,
So, like, they could have made that estimate at the beginning of those 250 years, and then they like figured out that it took. They could have figured out that it took less time than they estimated, but they could have also figured out that it took way more time.
right. But with the information we have, it is a fairly safe bet that it's not going to be that bad out there.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Wait,
At
but
least, here's the information we have. The scientists studying this thing estimated 200 years. It's been at least 300 years. There is a Randy Johnson monster afoot in this complex.
Yeah,
I would like to leave, and outside is probably fine.
yeah.
Is there any way that we could possibly shut down the hum and end stasis?
You're kind of looking around in the little like bottom corner. You can kind of see like it's a very kind of classic, almost Windows system where it has the little like year down in the bottom and stuff like that. It appears to be the year 2767.
Oh,
2767?
Yeah.
wait, doesn't that mean we've been down here for 500 years then?
600 years.
Was it 600?
Yeah, we started out in 2135. It's 2166.
Yo, we can start getting Social Security checks.
You're damn right we can.
You're kind of looking around on the computer system. In your findings, you find just kind of a short series of journals from one of the main scientists. I will find. Okay. So there's your latest journal entry that you found.
The Observer.
What?
Okay. Okay.
That's a very good DM, y'all.
What the hell is going on?
And you're kind of like slowly sifting through these files on this screen, looking around as you're finding that you're kind of like looking over these layouts and these diagrams, as it's pretty clear that there are multiple things here that would be important to be able to disable the continuous hum and unlock the doors. You're finding the main power room itself, several floors actually below the A floors. That's a pretty centralized complex. You're finding that there are like the surface gate control room, which is at the very top, past the ZZ level of this facility. You're finding that off to the side, probably about another half a mile outside of the main facility, there is the artificial intelligence core. You're getting through all of these diagrams, sifting through all of this information, as all of those screens finally shut down black. And then all of them glimmer together again with multiple faces of the observer standing right there. And he looks out at you and says, "Good morning. You have accessed restricted files. You will soon be terminated. Are you happy or are you sad?"
Sad.
And all of the screens turn to the buttons, and every single one of those buttons, it like switches over, and the sad becomes larger and larger and larger as it fills up the screen, and everything vanishes. The screens all shut down and go completely black, including your tablets to each other.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna turn to Daryl and be like, "I told you we should have let them go in first."
You damn right we should have. I'm glad you said that.
Thank you.
Chris, who has a shiv, me or you?
Wait, what'd you say?
Who has the shiv, me or you?
I have the shiv.
Do we know who's more proficient at fighting?
You want to find out?
But so we're gonna wrap up right after this, but I'm gonna let each one of you do another roll to learn something else about yourself.
Gosh.
13.
5.
8.
19.
Okay. Caleb, you learn that you are proficient in Arcana/computer use checks. David, you learn that you're big and strong, but you're pretty flippin' slow. It's hard for you to move fast, and you're kind of realizing you're a little bit more sluggish than you realize. Your dexterity score is 6.
So there is something Chainsaw's not good at.
Brad, you find out as you're kind of thinking about kind of like the wound on your hand, you're like, I probably could fix this up. You are proficient in medicine. And
Wait,
Chris,
so the computer screens all go dark, and Brad's like, huh.
and Chris, you're realizing just how good you're feeling. You're feeling limber, you're feeling strong. Your dexterity score is 24.
What the hell?
Chris, at the same time as you're looking at your body, you're feeling like, okay, I'm feeling weirdly limber. Weirdly. And you look at your hand, and you move, and you like, something doesn't feel quite right. And you move it up to your head, and you listen, and there's a faint clicking in your hands. As you realize, I don't think I'm real. And that's where we're going to end this session.
Okay.
Chris is the Randy Johnson monster. Also, y'all should definitely click that link and understand why I'm terrified of the Randy Johnson monster.
I've seen that. Okay, but like I just rolled the highest. Maybe we're all robots, and I'm the only one that realized it.
Just solid shot. Grant, will you tell me if we have classes?
Yes, you do have classes.
Okay.
I'm just not letting you take a guess randomly at hoping, like, am I
I'm not
this?
taking guesses. I'm saying me walking into the room and asking if there's a noxious smell. That's a fair question.
That is fair, and I will tell you right now, you're not a paladin.
Now, I'll also admit that me standing in a room wanting to take an action surge is probably not fair.
No, and like that's why, like, you could very well be a barbarian, you could very well be a fighter. I'm just letting you know that, like, you can't just like, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try that. That's not how we're gonna run this.
Yeah, that's fair.
So is this going to be one of your one-shots that turns into a 5-shot?
I don't want it to be 5 games, but it's probably gonna be 2, maybe 3. So
Chris,
we'll see how it
how much
goes.
information are you telling me?
Well, I did say out loud that I'm not real, or that I don't think I'm real.
Okay.
I don't think you have to say that out loud if you don't want to, Chris.
Oh, okay. I'll keep it to myself and then just play it cool.
See, this is why I ask questions like, do I trust Daryl?
Yeah!
All right.
All right. Thank you guys for
Okay.
playing.
That was very
I'm
good,
gonna play.
Grant.
Thanks.